Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. And we're calling the meeting to order. It's at 3:30 today. Let's start off first with the approval of the minutes. Did everybody get a chance to look through and read it?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
So moved.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Second?
Second?
Oh, I have to take that
Oh,
down.
sorry. Yeah, okay, sorry.
Van
Yeah,
Heath.
okay.
Thank you.
All in favor of approval?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous? Okay, good. All right, next we're on to the report from the COA. Ralph?
Yes, first thing I would do is urge anyone who's watching who does not get the newsletter from the Council on Aging to do so. There's all kinds of stuff in here. I can even just scratch the surface tonight, for this afternoon. But there's so many things in here that are useful and nice events and so on. But anyway, for today, we had a men's breakfast this morning, which was very nice. Food was super. It was more or less of a salute to veterans.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
Several veterans stood up and actually sat and described their experiences in the military and how they happened to come to Cape Cod and so on. I was one of them, but it was very nice. We had a good time. The Thanksgiving food baskets. The COA will be distributing free Thanksgiving food baskets to older folks who need extra support. Whole turkeys, chickens available, plus all the fixings. You have to sign up by November 12th. That's this coming Tuesday. There's a Thanksgiving lunch on Wednesday the 20th. Roasted turkey with all the fixings. That's here. Dine-in only at the Council on Aging room in there. There's a winter holiday lunch on Wednesday the 18th of December. It's a little early for that. Salmon, but not my favorite food, with rice and vegetables. Again, that's to support the Santa for Seniors program. There's a $5 donation asked for but not required. And they hand out cranberry breads and holiday gifts. And these are delivered to the seniors. Seniors. I've done it in the past, and some of them are actually amazed when you walk up to the door. What is this? What's this? But they love it. So there's a veterans luncheon next Tuesday at 11:30 here. I don't think it's still available. I think the registration closed today. But anybody who's interested and did not sign up, you might call the COA tomorrow and they probably can fit you in. I don't know that for a fact, but.
And I think it's grab and go.
It is grab and go, you're
Yeah.
right, yep. And the last thing, two last things. There's a presentation on Tuesday the 19th about elder fraud. And I think that's valuable to a lot of folks that are getting scammed or possibly getting scammed. I think we've all been hit with something that is or appeared to be a scam. So that's on the November 19, again, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. And finally, next page. Finally, there is something called the Cape Bags. And the question is this: are you prepared for the next winter storm? If not, let COA help. We have Cape Bags to give away. They contain 2 to 3 days worth of belongings that you can take to a local shelter if you need to leave your house. It includes a flashlight, a pillcase, emergency whistle, deck of cards, who would do without that, and a puzzle book.
Yeah.
So, but those are just a few of the events that are in the COA program, and I would urge people to get the newsletter. So.
And Ralph,
Okay.
did you want to tell people again how to get the newsletter in case they forget?
I guess you just go to the desk or call into the desk, right?
You have to fill out a form.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get it mailed to my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
So do
Yeah,
I.
and you have
Yeah.
to
Me too.
show who your
Yeah.
emergency contact is.
I didn't know that.
You probably did it so long ago.
Yeah.
Wow, right. But for new people, they get a little confused. You can also do it online.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah,
But it's good to know,
Yeah.
and just so
Yeah.
everybody can get the
they
newsletter,
really
that would be
should.
great,
Yeah.
yeah. And since you had mentioned the Veterans Day is on Monday, we want to certainly salute and honor all of the people who have served all through all the different conflicts. So thank you, and thank you for the people in the room who have
Yes.
served. That's awesome.
Very
And
nice.
hopefully they'll attend some of the services
There were
on
quite a
Monday.
few at the breakfast this morning.
Yeah, that was great that they got to speak. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, all right. Any other questions for Ralph before we move on?
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you, Ralph.
Yeah, the new newsletter is awesome.
It is
Jen
awesome.
has done a
It's
great
well done.
job.
It really
Yeah.
is,
It's
yeah.
full of information,
Yeah.
I can't
Facts.
believe,
Absolutely
it's
facts.
unbelievable.
It's great.
Lot
I
more
looked through
program.
it the other day, I can't believe all of the activities
Yeah.
that we have for people around here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they should take advantage of what we have to offer in this
Yeah.
town, it's
Yeah.
unreal.
And I just wanted to mention one other thing too. The survey has gone out.
Yeah.
Hopefully a lot
Right,
of the seniors have received that, the
Right.
corrected one, and hopefully
Yeah.
they will
Right.
fill it out and get it back as soon as we can.
And we're not Hanover.
Yeah. True. Okay, thanks,
Oh,
You
Ralph.
know what
No.
that's about.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
When
yes.
are they gonna have some results on that?
I have no
I think
idea.
it's about a year process.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because besides the survey, there'll also be, I believe, focus groups.
Yeah.
And that's kind of as much as I remember.
Yeah.
And because it is winter, or beginning of winter, we want to be sure we're reaching out to as many of our seniors as possible. Especially ones that we might be missing, that we don't know, so that's important. Okay, here we go, Van. We're
Yeah,
on to the.
Our meeting was very short meeting this past month. We just reviewed our CPC articles once again. One of the articles we withdrew because it was for the electrical repairs in the back, for the sprinkler system and so on. And the highway indicated that the sprinkler systems in back and the piping and so on is very, very old, and why don't we wait and put a big article in, if you will, to repair all of that in the back. New piping, new sprinkler heads, and then the electrical system will be put in place at that time, so that's one of the things we're looking at. John, our new guy, our new fella, did a nice job of bringing us up to date in terms of all the diverse activities, and he talked about what's going on for Thanksgiving and what he did for Halloween and all that, all the activities that you guys are coordinating. He's doing exceedingly well for us, so we're very happy with him. And other than that, we just had general meeting of ideas and things that we do every month. So it was a quick meeting.
Oh, okay, so it's good. Any questions behind?
Thanks, man.
Anything?
No, thank you.
Okay, and glad
Thank
the
you.
kids had fun on Halloween. This is
Thank
good. Okay, great. Okay, next we're over to old business. Coming over to Carol.
Actually, it's not me.
Yeah,
Oh, Reagan.
I can take
Oh,
this
I'm
one.
sorry,
That's
he's,
okay.
yeah.
So I had sent out an original, the first version of the department event attendance policy. So there's two copies in your packet. The first one, without the highlighter, is the one that was sent out prior to our last meeting. And then thank you for feedback. Ross and Chris had sent in some feedback. So I tried to incorporate that feedback into the newer version. So that's some of the highlights, addressed some of those, looking for some clarity and providing some clarity. So, I don't expect everybody to read it right this moment and necessarily take a vote on it. I think maybe next meeting, is that?
Yeah, yeah.
Does that make
that's fine,
sense?
Yeah.
But I can email, or Reagan can email the newer copy to everybody, or you can just take the printed version with you and take a look at it. And again, if there's any additional feedback, if you want to
Now,
send it my way.
the highlighted, yellow highlighted is,
That's what's changed from the original.
yeah.
So like originally, like Chris had pointed out, like maybe we didn't need to have a hard, fast time under designated employee, arrive 30 minutes prior to the event time, so I just kind of changed the language to early enough to greet participants upon the.
So
their
those
arrival.
they're going to be deleted?
No,
they're
no,
the
no.
No, they're the
changes.
added.
They were
They're
the
the added.
suggestions.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So, I think it's, that they kind of just, what was the intent here? The intent is to have, a town employee for the department who's sponsoring the event, on location in the building, and Ralph pointed that out, that it seemed like the person had to be like physically at the event itself, but, as we know,
Yeah.
like rec could have three events going on in the building at the same time, or COA could have 3 events going on in the building at the same time. Certainly, the community center usually has about 12 events going on in the building at the same time. So we don't expect an employee to be in each event, but at least in the building and
right.
available to
To
help.
move around and.
Yeah, and
That makes sense.
to help navigate any issues. So, so I tried to clear up that language a little bit. So not a lot of changes, but just again, it's when you're writing it, you know what you mean to say. So it's always helpful when somebody else provides feedback to say, the way I'm reading this, it reads this way to me. So that allowed me to help clean things up a little bit. So
Does this have to be now, once we approve it, do the select board members have to approve it as well?
Yes.
After we approve it?
Yes.
So it'd be on their agenda for approval.
yeah. So if we can maybe get it approved next month, then we could send it over to the select board.
Good.
We have to route it, right, to the other departments?
So.
Am I wrong about that?
No, they both have a representative, so
Oh, got
our
it.
feeling would be that would be what the representatives do, is bring that back
Back.
and talk with the people that
So
they're.
we should put this on, I should put this on the agenda for the rec
Sure.
and have them.
And we are available to go if it's, if you'd like to put it on an agenda
Okay.
and you'd like somebody there.
I'll put it
I
on-
will tell you
on
that
the
both
agenda.
departments in the building know about this. This is not a surprise. It's
But-
not something we haven't discussed, and
But we have cemetery, we have Channel 18,
they,
and they're not really a town department.
it's not a town department.
Yeah.
And the other ones don't actually run events. We'll certainly circulate it to them, but they're not,
Yeah,
Robin's events unfortunately are at the cemetery.
exactly.
So,
Sometimes
And
it's
she's
about
there.
gravestone cleaning, so
yeah,
that's nice.
so sure. And
Yeah.
Jamie is clearly,
Yeah, here and there, too, yeah.
but yes, we're happy to send it to all departments, more.
Keith, Carolyn, excuse me, Eric has not received this, he has not seen this yet.
The actual policy?
This
No,
part,
but
no.
he has had several meetings about it.
Okay.
Yep.
So he's aware that this is
He's
going on.
very aware, yes.
Thank you. So he should then bring this to the board, to the commission
He
members.
doesn't have the hard copy. He's
Okay.
only had verbal meetings where we've
Okay,
discussed the
so
policy.
I'll see to it that he
Sure.
gets the hard copy.
That'd be great.
Okay.
I had a comment about the emergency response.
Oh, about whether or not
Yeah,
people train in first aid.
yeah.
So I think
It's a requirement.
So if I'm an employee in COA, I have to be able to, yeah,
if you're the one who's supervising the event.
Yes.
yeah,
That was on the, when we took
When
the
you
job.
take your job.
Yeah, we had to be certified.
yeah,
Yeah,
And
so
the
they all
town does
should be.
pay for that.
Yeah.
We don't expect a person who's working for the town
yeah,
to get that. We will provide that.
got it.
And in the past, it's actually been a recreation employee who was certified
Yeah,
to.
Sue
To
did
teach
that.
it, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sue did it, yeah.
Will somebody be doing it now that she's not here? Is there gonna be somebody replacing that, you know?
From the rec, no.
No.
I think I think the fire department will probably be the best, your best approach to it. Have them, I mean, they agreed to come in and do it for the senior softball league. Okay, so
Yeah, I'm working with the fire department.
the
which
fire
will give me
department will
my-
probably be your best approach to getting somebody to come in and do it.
So how do they train different discussion, but how don't they have to train their lifeguards? Is that separate?
I don't think that,
I think they come certified.
You have to
yeah,
be certified, but
they
it's
have
a
to be-
separate certification.
Everybody
Okay,
has
that's
to
what
be
I was-
certified before they come in, before they're hired.
Okay,
Okay.
gotcha.
But I think Sue used to also help out with that too.
Yes.
So it would be nice if somebody on the rec commission was actually certified at some point, especially with swimming and stuff. For lifeguarding,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's something to bring up.
yeah. Although the fire
All
department,
department employees have to go through safe first aid training, or whatever
Be CPR.
CPR.
qualifies here.
Certified, yeah.
Yeah.
CPR and
If you're
Not just here.
overseeing an event
Yeah,
in this building, yes, that's the reason we have someone here. Because we can't just expect that, let's say Reagan, I'm not here and Reagan's running the event.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong,
right,
my expectation is that Reagan, as should be the public's expectation, is that we're gonna get that person the best service we can until rescue arrives.
so you are trained in first aid, got it,
What about defibrillators?
got it. got it,
Yes.
got it. That's
We
news.
train people for,
We do.
with the defibrillator as well?
it's part of the CPR training.
Okay,
It is
Yeah.
part of
it's
it.
part of that training?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And the Council on Aging is offering class the
That's
fire
right.
department's gonna be teaching.
Yeah, right.
that's-
Coming up,
I didn't
yeah.
realize that.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
us, that's the community center.
We have one.
yeah, oh, that was community
Yeah,
center, yeah,
yeah.
I remember reading, sorry guys.
Yeah,
It
that's
was community
okay,
center,
we work together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
which is good, I thought it was a good thing, yeah.
Yeah, we have a wait list. Oh, I don't wanna steal any thunder.
Oh, sorry,
Oh, my.
yeah, yeah.
So when do you want this, Heath?
Well, if you have any feedback, within the next,
Yeah.
couple of weeks, few weeks would be good. That way we could potentially vote on it at our next meeting.
So Ralph and Van have the,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
when do
we
you-
have a meeting on the 19th.
Yeah, that'd be great if they could look
Yeah.
at it then and
Yeah.
provide any feedback.
I'll see Eric next week and get some feedback from him. And we'll put it on the agenda for the 19th and have our commission work with getting this thing done. And then he'll pass it on to you.
Yeah, so that way if I need to make
Yeah.
any tweaks, I can do it between now and our next meeting.
and Ralph, when do you meet with COA? When are they meeting again?
I'm not sure when the next meeting is, but
Yeah.
I'll chat with Julie anyway in the
Yeah,
meantime.
nice. Great,
Yeah,
okay.
we'll
I
get
think
this
it's
thing.
next week, Ralph, I think,
Oh, you would know,
I
you're
think it's
on there
next
too.
week,
Is it?
I think so, I'm losing track
I
of
got
it.
to talk on many events.
No, I keep losing track of the,
I just wanna clarify, and I mean this in no negative way whatsoever, but I hear it in my head and it sounds negative. We absolutely want everyone to know about it, but it's not something that, say, I'll use the Channel 18 department could go back and say, we don't like this policy.
Yeah, no,
It's fine if they
it's-
don't,
yes,
that's-
It's our
that's-
policy, this
It's-
committee's.
It is this
right.
committee's policy,
Right.
and one that I believe that the town is wholeheartedly behind. So it's not like, we want them to know, and if they have something that we've missed, as Heath pointed out, but I don't wanna mislead them that they can be
Okay.
like, yeah, we don't like the policy.
Yeah,
So I'm happy to go and explain, and if that's helpful
But I
to,
just want to make sure that I'm clear that when I go to Eric and give him this policy, this draft, it's up to him to then bring it to the commission members to put on the agenda. Either that, or he can look at it and
yes, he can look at it
and make his
himself.
own
if it's
decision
not-
and
Yeah,
say, we'll work with
absolutely.
you guys and so on
Yeah,
and so
I
forth.
don't,
Okay.
I wouldn't wanna say
maybe,
how his
You know,
committee
I don't think
works,
the
but-
whole commission member, all the
Right.
commission
Yeah,
members
he
need
could,
to
Right.
know.
yeah, he could decide if he wants
Yeah,
to be in the
exactly.
commission meeting. I don't
I'll
think.
have him,
Yeah.
I'll have him work with you.
Same with Julie, Julie can say, this isn't gonna.
Well, they might wanna
concern-"
wait till it's an actual official.
And
Yeah.
then bring it
Approved.
to you,
Yeah.
or-
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
so,
Okay.
but they both are aware of it,
Yeah.
so.
okay.
great.
Okay, any other questions for
That was
Carol?
nice, thank
Heath?
you.
Heath, nice job for doing all that, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, Reagan helped as well, I don't want to.
Reagan, thank you too, dear, thank you very, very much. Okay, where are we now, we're up to,
To Chris.
Chris, yep,
Yep. So last month I suggested that we add a little blurb on the web page that lists all the committees, and then many of them have a little description. I don't know why that bothered me so much, but. Okay, I'll go this way.
thank you.
Yeah,
Do I have one more?
yes, you can. Did you get one?
Did you, Reagan? One, yeah, oh,
No.
we're good, okay. we're-
Yeah, it's back to back.
Yeah.
So if you look at the full page, that's our charge that we approved January, I think was official, is that right? And so I just pulled out, one sentence, where it says suggested draft, cause it's not supposed to be a whole lot of stuff, and I don't know if I got what describes this well enough, but I rewrote a little bit to get a couple other things in, but just simply the committee discusses and provides input to facility operations, budgets, and plans that are submitted to the town administrator in an effort to ensure the needs of Harwich residents are met. Changes are suggested.
I think it's short and to the point.
Yeah, right
which
to
is
the
what
point,
it- Which
that's
is what
good.
it should be for
Yeah.
that particular.
Nice
So
job.
I don't know if we
Would you
have to vote.
What did you say?
I said it looks like it's short and to the point, which is
Yeah,
what we want
yeah.
in,
Yeah.
in that.
Okay.
Keep it out of the hands of the lawyers.
Do we need to vote on that before we go ahead?
I don't know.
Do
I
we
don't
need to
think
vote
it
on
ever
that?
hurts.
Okay, all right, so,
Better
Okay.
safe than sorry.
better
is
safe than
my,
sorry,
you know.
okay, can I have a motion for this one?
Motion to accept the language as drafted by Chris.
All right, and second,
Second,
okay.
question if I have.
Okay.
The Community Center Facilities Committee purpose on the opposite side, that's already in place.
Correct.
It is, yeah,
Yeah, okay. Okay, and, we didn't vote?
we were about to.
Unanimous? Aye,
Aye.
unanimous, okay.
Okay, thank you
Okay.
very much.
No,
Thanks, Chris.
thank you, Chris,
And
for doing
then I
that.
will contact Jamie or, yeah.
Caleb, yeah, thank you,
Caleb.
Chris.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
nice job, dear.
Thank you.
All right, next one is, new business, and we're over to Carol?
This is the best new
Yeah.
business.
All right.
If you look down, I just wanted to list some of the phenomenal, unbelievable, extraordinary, exceptional groups that have, or individuals who have donated to help us do more programming at the community center. It has been wonderful. Reagan's been exceptional at bringing programs here. But as you all know, because you see the budget, it's not a big budget. And we average 8 events a month on very little money. So we've been as creative as we possibly can, and these groups have come forward and given us truthfully what I consider to be life-changing money for us to be able to program for the community. So I have been before the selectmen. They have accepted the gifts. We have thanked the individuals. There are more thank you letters on my table to go up, but I just cannot say enough about the Children's Fund, the Cranberry Festival, and an individual who ran a cribbage class here and raised $140 and donated that to us. And believe it or not, that helps so much. Some of our events cost $200, and if we have 140 of it, boy, does that make our money go much further. So we are grateful beyond belief. So I wanted to take the opportunity in here to let you know that people are seeing what we're doing and supporting the efforts of doing more for the entire community and population, and we are beyond grateful.
Nice.
So
Well, you do a great job.
big thank
So
you.
thank you to all of you for all the programs that you come up with, so it's great job. All right, any other questions for Carol?
No,
Okay, we're now up to the director's update.
So you have the newsletter in front of you. The director's update's gonna be pretty, my part's pretty short. It is a very busy time of the month and next month, and then when we get to the new year, I'm a little concerned that we're going so quickly and that the community center's about to turn 25. I'm not rushing it, but we do have a lot of events coming up. I don't know if you saw, but right before the meeting started, we just said, oh, maybe we could squeeze that event in. I'm thinking, we gotta just, so we're excited, we're doing more. The newsletter, Sam does a great job with everyone contributing. But if there's things that you're not seeing that you'd like to see, we have a lot of people reaching out to us right now saying, can you advertise our events? Happy to do it. That's what the community center newsletter is about. Helping people know what's happening inside the community center and within our community. So happy to be able to provide another service. That's not something we're thinking outside the box, and this is just another way to help. So
This is awesome, it's a great newsletter.
So I think the next one's
Who
Reagan.
does the color, all the coloring on the color?
I have crayons.
Beside that,
Samantha at the
Really?
front desk. She's very talented.
She does a great
Yes.
job, she really
all
does.
of the flyers and things.
you got a nice job.
She does.
really
You
sweet.
really
Very-
does,
yes.
Samantha.
It's really great,
Yeah.
Yeah.
good job. Okay, any questions for Carolyn before we move over to Reagan? Okay, Reagan, wanna give us the big highlights?
Sure. I just want to wrap that wonderful speech up with just say, or whatever, little information, saying that we're doing 8 programs a month, sometimes more. We're not having people come. Like, all of our programs have been very full. We're not just programming to program. We're not putting things that, like, I just want to make sure people understand that, like, we're doing things that are, and I'm
Meaningful.
meaningful, and we'll continue to do that. That doesn't mean we don't try something and it might not stick, but
Right.
we don't do it again.
That's
But
how you do it.
I've never gone into Carolyn's office with an idea and had her say no, so that's been
Good job.
very supportive. I know I already went through November in our last meeting, so I just want to quickly go through and let you guys give you a couple updates on things that are going to be happening in November. The spaghetti dinner last night, we gave out almost 88 plus meals.
Wow.
It was a huge turnout, and one of the best parts is we sent a lot of people with food home,
Nice.
which was very nice. CPR training, so I'm working with Leanne Smith over at the fire department, and we have scheduled our first CPR training for 11/13. It filled up in about 2 days.
Yeah.
So we're working on a second class now.
That's good.
I just have to talk to her about a date, but it seems to be in high demand. So
Yeah.
I think as long as we're willing to do it and they're willing, they have the time and the capability to do it,
That's great.
we'll get them in when we can. On the 14th, we are having a hammer and stain sea glass workshop to make trees out of sea glass. Filled up in a week. And so we've added a second date. So we're doing it on the 14th and again on the 19th, which is also full. So anybody who's tried to get into either of those classes that are on the wait list, we'll get in touch if a spot opens up, and
Maybe not.
maybe not, but we will. She's Hammer and Stain Cape Cod is out of Sandwich, and they're phenomenal, and they're always happy to come to Harwich and the community center. And I know sometimes they're at the 204. It's a great business. So.
And if I could just jump in there, we focus a lot on doing programming for the young children and Council on Aging. We work with them, but this is really a program that is for all of our age. Any age can really do it, and we're seeing that that's important, that's a population that we need to help program for, because sometimes they like to get out of the house too and do a little something. So it was not surprising that it filled up so fast. The second class, a little surprising that it filled up so fast. Still a wait list, so it just shows that there's a need, and we want to fill that. So I appreciate that we were thinking outside the box again, trying to make sure we're taking care of everyone in the community.
Nice.
With that said, on the 18th, we've partnered with the COA and are doing the health department to do a food safety class.
Yeah.
With pie. There's still spots available, so information is in both of the newsletters if anybody is interested in signing up for that. Mad Science will be here, up and away on the 22nd. Always a popular event. He is phenomenal. That is free, and it starts at 6 o'clock. Just show up, but please arrive on time because it does get kind of busy. I think I told you all on the 26th that we're going to do a corn husk doll making in the lobby. So Anawan Whedon came last month and but he ran out of time and couldn't do the corn husk doll making. So he said, "I'll leave you with all the materials." He even made me a video.
Okay.
So I'm going
You're the expert now.
I have to practice. But so if anybody wants to pop into the community center on the 26th, we'll have a table set up for a little craft.
Okay.
Just added today on the 27th. After the lunch and dine-in breakfast, we're going to be doing a Cape Cod Christmas Carol screening. It's a local group that did their own rendition of a Christmas Carol called a Cape Cod Christmas Carol, and we're going to be showing it. It's about a 40-minute show. Free, and maybe a little snackies after lunch, a little dessert.
Just something to get you in the holiday spirit.
Is it a movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll have more information and flyer and all that very soon. Like I said, we literally just put it on today. So somebody reached out to Carolyn and asked if we would be interested, and of course we try to accommodate. So
Nice.
moving into December, I'll try to go quickly. Letters to Santa will be happening from December 2nd to December 13th. So if anybody would like to pop a letter to Santa in our mailbox, which will be in the lobby, we will send them off to Santa, and then hopefully Santa will get back in reply. On the 4th, Sound Dunes will be here for a concert. On the 6th, the only flyer that we had to give you, Sam is working very hard on them. We've had a busy week here at the building. So this is happening on December 6th. This is the Cocoa and Curtains. So we've partnered up with the Harwich Junior Theater, Cape Cod Theater Company, Harwich Junior Theater. They've given us 30% off 30 tickets. So we've ordered 30 tickets to go see A Christmas Carol, which is going to be showing at the theater. But the fun part, well, it's all fun.
All fun.
All fun. But they're going to start off, we're going to meet here. We're going to have a cocoa hot chocolate bar. And then Cape Destinations has given us an amazing deal on a trolley. And we're going to take the families over to the theater by trolley, watch the show, and then return back to the community center. So there'll be sign-ups for that. Am I missing anything?
No, doesn't that sound like fun?
Sounds like fun.
Little nice festive
Yeah.
for the family. We hope a lot of families get to enjoy this because I
I
know
just love a
the
trolley
theaters-
ride in the winter.
And a trolley ride.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate and a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the same evening,
Winter stroll.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Yeah, so
Very nice.
it is, because of great donations and everything that we've received, we've been able to do this free of charge to families. So I know, going to shows can be expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Trolley rides can be expensive, so we're we're gonna help with that, so
Yeah.
everybody can get a little bit of holiday celebration in. The 9th, we're gonna do grab a bow, which is when you come to the lobby, everybody gets a prize. Pick a bow and get something fun to take home.
Okay.
Town band concert will be on the 10th. On the 19th, we're doing ugly sweater decorating, which was very popular last year. On the 20th is the winter solstice is actually on a Saturday this year, and because we close at 4 o'clock, which is what time the solstice starts, we're going to do it Friday night before. And we've asked Brian from our African percussion group to lead the drum circle, so he is going to come 4 o'clock on the 20th and lead us in a hour-long winter solstice celebration.
Nice.
Celebration.
I think.
And then on the 31st, New Year's Eve craft, which was just very popular last year. We had a huge turnout for that. We just put a bunch of different crafts out. It's like, come make your goodies for whatever you're doing for New Year's Eve. Crackers,
hats.
cranes. We'll do cranes. Make little paper cranes.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
New Year's Eve. Yeah,
That'd be fun.
It'll be fun. So we're gonna do that, and we've already got booked quite a few things into January, including working with the Brewster Police Department, who has 2 trained rad kids, certified trainers that will come work with kids to learn about self-defense.
Nice.
The Harwich Police Department will also be participating in that as well.
That's good.
That's all I got for now, I think.
I don't
Did
think
I
it's
forget
enough.
anything? No?
Good job.
Squeeze in a few more.
We were just talking, we have, you should see our phones, we screenshot every cute little craft, I mean, between the two of us, so we were thinking about adding a Christmas craft in there.
We did try this year for the first time October
Yes.
Halloween crafting with the
Oh,
candy.
yeah, how'd it go?
Cocoa, yeah.
Oh,
not
right,
cocoa.
candy
You can get
corn.
cocoa.
No,
Yeah.
it was all different kinds of
Oh.
candies
Yeah.
and
Crafts and candies.
crafts and candies. It was a huge success.
Good, good.
I like to tell the story, and I hope that they're watching. There was we had every age group come.
Lovely.
There was
60 buckets we gave out?
yes,
Is that right? Yeah.
yeah, and we stopped it at 6.
Yeah.
We weren't sure we were even going to get 5. Never
Yeah.
mind 60.
Yeah.
But there was a lovely family that came, and they were participating. And at one point, I looked over, and the 2 children were almost sound asleep on the stage, and the dad was making this craft, and the wife
Wearing
said,
the mask.
I can't get him to leave. So I thought, isn't that great?
That's
Like,
cool.
it was,
Yeah.
the poor kids just wanted to go to sleep. They had their candy. And we did have every age group. And thankfully, we had some people who jumped in to help us because it got a little crazy.
Yeah.
So thank you for showing up
Thanks,
when we
Heath,
called.
Always happy
Yes. But that was fun. And then Recreation had asked to take over Halloween, so we said absolutely. And however, we never want someone to come to the community center and not have something. So we put together things in case people drop by, and we had about 100 people
Yeah,
drop
yeah.
by. So
That's great.
Oh.
I would say they were both really great events.
Good, good, good. Well, I'm glad that all worked out.
I have a question as to the spaghetti dinner. Who
Yeah.
comes to that?
Everybody.
Seniors and
Everyone.
juniors
Oh,
and
yeah.
kids and stuff?
Everyone.
Yeah, we
yes.
had all
Spectrum.
all
Family,
spectrum,
right.
and then I had run into Shayna Grogan
Broken.
and invited her to bring her friends, and was very happy to see her there last
Right.
night. So Special Friends Cafe made
Yeah.
an appearance. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
She's doing a lot of
Yeah,
really
it's
good things.
seniors,
She's doing
She really is.
families,
Well, she's gotta
there's-
raise money, she's
Yeah.
got a lot of
Yeah.
money to, well,
Yeah.
not just her, but.
Yeah.
We had great
Yeah.
volunteers last night. I do want to say thank you to everybody who helped serve food, everybody who helped cook, because then it would just be me and Carolyn cooking, and
Nobody would eat if it was, I'm not speaking for,
you can speak for me.
ooh, no, that
Good
wouldn't be
raffle
good.
prizes.
Oh, the
Raffles,
raffle
we get
prizes.
things donated.
So
we
I was
raffle off.
surprised about how many people were upset we didn't do trivia.
Trivia will
I
be
love it.
back.
I'll
Yeah.
bring it back.
Oh, do.
Holiday trivia,
That's what
I
I'm
love
thinking.
holiday trivia, got
That's
so
what
many
I was
different holidays.
thinking,
Yeah.
yes.
That's fun. So yes, so everyone comes and you should see it just once because it's wonderful to see.
Mhm.
People come, some stay, some come to just mingle. A lot, 88 at least came to
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah,
So, but it's
Yeah,
great.
it's open to anybody, families, seniors.
great.
That's wonderful. And I like the signs that you're putting outside.
It's helping.
You know, it's helping, it does help when you see something, yeah.
Do you ever get any donations? I was gonna wait until the other. You ever get any donations from people that arrive at these, support these events? They come here and so on. Do you ever get? Is there a place where somebody can donate?
We don't usually do it at the event. I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable ever. So like that gentleman who donated his $140, he did an event, handed it over. We've had an anonymous donor who wanted to pay for a pasta dinner and said, I don't want someone to feel like they would need to make a donation. I want this to truly be, so I'll pay for it all, gave us a donation. So we do get donations, we just don't usually put out a bucket, that's just a personal choice of my philosophy on a community center event, because we don't want someone to ever feel that way. If we needed to, I'm not a shy girl, I know everyone here is shocked. We ask for donations all the time.
Oh, that's okay. You do ask.
From other people, not usually from the people who choose to be there or need to be there. Either way. So.
That's great. Well done, well done. We got a lot to look forward to now. This is good. Okay, any other questions for Reagan and, okay, next we're up to the building use and parking lot update.
So my parking lot update is that the outdoor soccer net is gone, which has opened up quite a few parking spaces, which I believe, I've already seen that it has made a difference on some of our busiest days. So we always love to support the group. The police department does a great job, Detective Brackett, but we are glad to have the parking lot back again because it's busy. We
busy
needed it for the
daytime,
election. We need it for so many events
Circus
that are
Marcus,
happening.
we could have used that area.
So it's great, but I did want to let you know that was down. I'm sure you might have noticed it when you came in. And we are directing some people. It's been lovely weather, so some people parking a little further and walking. It's part of their warm up to some of the exercises, trying to make it part of, part of your routine.
Yeah.
Park a little
Is there
further,
any,
walk a little.
are there any plans to have that in a more permanent place somewhere else around town?
I think their funding was actually, so it could be mobile. They got CPC money for that.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, have it located somewhere else rather than.
I would need to
that's-
check with Detective Brackett.
what?
Yeah.
Senior softball field.
You say again?
So I think they're gonna put it on the senior
Softball
softball
field,
field.
right.
I'd check with
Put it down
Detective
at
Brackett.
Battlefield.
Yeah.
He
The
would
parking
know where
lot.
it's going. I don't have the locations, but I do believe there is something in the works.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But it's been nice to have it here. It certainly has helped some people use it at some time, but it's good. The building is being well loved.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
That's
important.
all we could ever ask for here in the town. Nothing would be worse than having a building no one came to.
Yeah,
We do
true.
not have
Well,
that
I gotta
problem.
tell you, and I think I've said this before, I'll say it again, when we have our Cape Cod Classic, we have 1,500 softball players, they come in and use the facility, whether it be the bathroom, they walk around, and the comments are, man, you guys have got something special here,
And they're welcomed.
and they're
Yeah.
welcomed.
Yeah.
I mean, these are people coming from New Jersey, all the way down to Georgia, you know, they're coming up here and seeing what the facility is like, and they're just amazed that we have so much going on in this town.
And the plus side to add on to that, I think it really has to do with the personnel that
Yeah,
works.
of
Because
course.
they have been very,
It's
very
always the
welcoming,
personnel, you know that.
very, very welcoming to so many different people.
Any
And
successful
people are quick to
program,
pick
it's
up
the
on that.
personnel.
Well,
Yeah.
we have a great staff, and honestly, we hope that it is representative of the whole town. That's how I feel. I
Right.
feel like you might first see it here, but when you walk anywhere in this town, you can get that same.
Yeah, I
Welcome
apologized to the
feeling.
poor couple on the beach yesterday when I was walking my dog that I chased down to invite them to spaghetti dinner. I was like, I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, you do
They're like,
good
we're
work.
new to Harwich. I'm like, spaghetti dinner.
Angela, you know, when you have the right
Too
team, you
funny.
can do a lot of good
Yes,
things.
it's right, it's right.
Oh, I
But
love
it's
it.
important to be friendly to welcome people in our community. That's important, so that Howard has the reputation of being welcoming, yeah. Okay, so thank you to everybody. We're up to the next one is operations, the buildings, the carpeting.
I'm just
Basement.
letting you know, the blinds are up. We are probably 75% finished with the blinds that need to be fixed in the building. As I mentioned before, the blinds that were originally put on the building are not ones that are in code anymore, because they have a string. Strings can go around
Yeah,
Yeah,
people, not just small people, small children, but any person.
they slide up and
And
down.
they can, and the actual material was coarse and could cut, and so it had, the public areas are obviously what I'm gonna do first. The staff, just be careful. That's what I'm saying.
Don't get
We'll
hurt.
get there, but it's much more important, as you all know, and the public, I hope, feels.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take care of the public spaces first and make sure that everyone is safe. And again, I'm just gonna remind our staff, be careful. Don't
Right.
touch anything. So I did wanna let you know.
Is that one of them?
That's a brand new one right
Yeah.
there that you're looking
I
at.
have one just like that in my house.
There you
They're
go.
very nice.
They're beautiful.
And yes, I was sitting at a select board meeting when I heard the town administrator announce that they were buying the carpeting for this building. And there may have been an audible scream because I'm so excited. We have been waiting for this for a long
Yay.
time. That does not mean it's going in. They're still looking to secure that person, but these carpets are more than ready to be changed. So we're excited that the first part of the procurement is done. We thank the highway and Sean Libby for that, but I wanted to let you know because it truly was one of the more happy moments
Yeah.
that I have had.
Yeah.
And the basement update. I don't know how many of you know this, but there are 17,000 square feet in the basement.
Sure.
All of it was a mess, and Reagan has been tirelessly working to organize it, as has the Council on Aging. I know Recreation started to do some. We are determined would be the right word.
That's a polite
To
word. Yeah.
organize and really just make it a much more functional space. It's like any space. If you have it, people just dump stuff there,
Yeah.
and that's not conducive to what we want to do. So I wanted to say about the basement, thank you. The Council on Aging, Jen,
Anderson?
Oh, yeah.
amazing. She
Yeah.
went down there and jumped in. Her and Reagan were down there for more than a full day. And certainly people went down to help as well. But then we came to the point where it was beyond anything we could do. And our highway department came over, and I think three truckloads.
Oh, yeah.
One dumpster, truckloads.
That
Yeah.
helps.
There were a lot of people.
A
just
lot of
hauling
broken
stuff-
things
yeah.
down there
Lot of-
that were not salvageable. It was
Nice.
That's nice.
more than necessary, and so on one of our meetings, maybe we'll have a field trip. I know that can't be taped, but not until she
I'm not
finishes.
done.
'Cause she wants you to see
It's
it.
okay.
But really, it makes a difference. We're organized, and
Yeah.
and that's the reason we can do so many of the events, because we're able to get things at reduced prices because we can buy them off season, so we can. So we're just we're grateful and thank you.
Carolyn, do you
for
have
listening.
assigned areas for each of the
Yes.
departments?
Yes.
So rec has its assigned area
Yes.
down. Good.
Yes.
Good job. All right, well done. I know cleaning a basement's always
Next-
tough.
Next meeting, I said I'm gonna be done by Thanksgiving.
Has rec done anything at this point?
Yes,
They
yeah,
have.
yeah.
Okay, any other questions for operations? Okay, so the next one we're coming over, thank you to the Council on Aging staff and the Highway Department.
That was
That was
the,
it.
part of the, yes, the cleanup of our
Cleaning up the
basement.
cleanup, so we want to thank all the people who did that, so thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go around the room. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss? So we'll start off, Heath.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Good,
I'm all set.
I'm
Good.
good, thank you.
good.
I had a couple.
Yeah, Chris?
We mentioned it a while back, but like who has responsibility for some of the rooms at the 204? I don't know if it's so relevant. To me, it's relevant maybe
Yeah.
to you, you know?
Isn't it Kara?
The
Kara's in charge of the
Yes, the
204.
cultural director is in
Yeah.
charge of the 204.
But
Kara's in charge
but-
of all of it.
like who, I know I'm not saying it right, who owns the gym, for instance?
The town of Harwich owns the
No,
gym.
I'm not saying it right.
I'm sorry.
So I think I know what you're
Yeah.
asking, if I may.
So you're in
So-
charge of like room 4, 5, and whatever. And rec is in charge of the gym, I guess?
No, I'm in charge of all the rooms in this building.
You are, okay.
I work in conjunction with the recreation department, and they certainly have the first priority
Yeah,
before any other, because they need that as the main facet of what they do.
right.
I think it's the same for the
COA?
The 204. She's in charge of all of that.
Yeah.
And she works in conjunction with. That is my understanding, and if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize.
You're right on. She is in
Okay.
charge of everything over there.
So the COA's rooms that
we-
we think they own aren't theirs?
Nope.
No,
The-
All of
nobody-
them are
The
not
only
theirs.
things that you own, and honestly,
make it-
nobody really owns that,
yeah,
is you are provided an office, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's your office alone.
No, no,
People have
yeah.
been, so nobody owns,
Yeah.
you know,
so the conference rooms back there, you can schedule and so can COA, right? Did I have that right?
Just
The
the
con-
community
just-
center.
the community center schedules every room,
Yeah.
and they fill out a form to go through it.
Right,
There is, on the Council on Aging side, because of, the social security equipment that's in there.
right,
That room is not scheduled.
Yeah.
That is completely for, the Council on Aging.
yeah,
And other than that, every other room is scheduled through the main
got it.
area.
I didn't realize that,
Oh, well,
Yeah.
happy to help.
yeah.
No, yeah.
Sorry.
No, go
No,
ahead.
just to, so when the COA wants to do an event, a schedule of something in a room, they put an application in, but they get priority.
Anytime
Like where the
department
shine
does.
counselors are, they go through you for the shine counselors also.
So
And
that's
the-
the room that I was speaking of, that's theirs, the
Yeah.
Council on Aging, because of the equipment needed
Yeah.
for that, so.
Got it.
But anything else is done
As
through.
I understand, everything in this building comes under the jurisdiction of Carolyn, as the director. She's responsible for and
Kind of
Sees
leads
to
into
it
my
that-
next one.
But if I could just clarify, I have never, I honestly don't believe there has been a single time I have not been able to accommodate
Yeah,
a department that has
yeah,
asked for
that's
space
not
in the
even my.
building.
that
Okay,
w-
I just didn't want people to
I
think I
thought
was.
people had, like, you know,
204
rec
is
had.
Kara. She's a.
No, I know who she is,
She
but
is, she is
you don't
the,
have to
she
say
is
it
a
again.
Carolyn. She
Okay.
runs that, she runs that show over there.
So when we have parking issues here,
Mm-hmm.
and we've just done something about scheduling events, right?
Yes.
So how do you manage, like, HCT has their lecture in January, and then we have a basketball tournament. How, the basketball tournament, guess goes through you, not Rec and Youth, right? I'm making some of this up. How do we manage the parking lot? We don't have to solve it all here or say it all here, but I know that's been an issue for you.
So one of the ways that we do it is, I'm gonna, if you two don't mind, I'm gonna use Heath and Reagan. So
Yeah.
Reagan is booking something and she says, I need the gym and I have 50 people. And Heath says, I need the multi-purpose room and I have 80 people. I say,
Yeah.
great. There's already an event happening that has 80 people. There's already an event happening that has 50.
Yeah,
And then we encourage the groups to let their participants know.
Mhm.
We would never say no because there's gonna be no parking, cause
Yeah.
I don't know how many are
Yeah.
parking.
You might
Some people
encourage
might,
carpooling.
I always
tell them,
encourage
yeah.
carpooling and,
Got it.
but yes, we
Yeah.
never, but any group is aware of what is happening in
Got
the
it.
building. And
Nice.
if the building is full, I always let people know. Sometimes I will try and change someone's mind about the day because I'm gonna say, your people aren't gonna have a place to park. This
Yeah.
building is completely full.
Yeah.
So if you don't need that day, so we do our best to inform the public, but we don't say no, that's a choice they make. If they say,
Nice.
if Angie says, I absolutely positively need that day and I'm taking the risk,
We'll take the rest.
they're gonna take the
the shot.
risk. I've seen people ride around for a
Yeah,
little bit,
yeah, yeah.
so.
Yeah, nice.
And
It
on
was
days
like Circus Smirkers, they had to go across
Across the street, yeah.
They have to find a place to park wherever they can park.
And on days like that, we encourage our staff to park very
Far
far
away,
away.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
I didn't realize that.
yeah. Wednesdays is brutal here in the mornings. People park all over illegally and everywhere else, but just, just to come. You didn't hear that, Heath.
It's out of my jurisdiction.
Yeah.
He told us we could.
But I know they're all senior citizens, so I said, well, I understand what they're doing. Yeah, okay.
Did you have others, Chris? I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry,
that's
Chris,
it.
did you have any other
Okay.
questions? I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Reagan, did you have anything to add? Carolyn, anything would you like to add?
No, I won't see everyone, so I'm gonna wish you all a very
Happy
happy
You
Thanksgiving.
too. You take
Yeah.
care. Okay, well, I want to thank everybody, and our next meeting is scheduled for December 13th.
Yep,
And do I have a motion to adjourn?
so moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you very much. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yeah, thank
Happy
you.
holidays.
Thank
And
you.
we ended at
It'll be at the same
4:23.
time,
Thank you.
3:30.